Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss why people hate Awkwafina. Let's get right into it. Her over-the-top persona was adapted into breakout comic relief roles in Crazy Rich Asians and Ocean's 8 in 2018 after she maneuvered YouTube fame, with viral hits like My Vag, into a comedic rap career. She followed that up in 2019 with a Golden Globe winning performance in The Farewell, which showcased her dramatic abilities. That role didn't seem to fit with the bottled water moniker, allegedly short for Awkwafina, which had worked so well on the Yellow Ranger album. However, once she gained enough acclaim to begin doing serious work, the foundation of her fame was still too much built on that early work to abandon the slightly silly moniker. For what it's worth, the name doesn't appear to have stopped her. Her career has continued to soar, with a starring role in Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon earlier in 2021, and a loosely autobiographical Comedy Central show, Awkwafina is Nora from Queens, that premiered in 2020. And now she's about to be introduced to the true modern core of Hollywood filmmaking, Marvel films. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings premiered its first trailer in June 2021, introducing another Marvel comic character to the big screen, Shang-Chi, aka Brother Hand, who will be played by Kim's Convenience star Simu Liu. Awkwafina, who plays Katie's unwitting friend turned sidekick, she doesn't appear in any of the trailer's acrobatic fight scenes, and she appears to be primarily a stand-in for the audience. A regular person thrust into a world of secret criminal organizations and mystical superpowers. Despite being a minor character in an otherwise action-packed 2 minutes, Awkwafina's name was trending on Twitter almost as soon as the trailer was released. While much of the attention was positive, with people expressing excitement for the film and her inclusion in it, as well as promoting the Awkwafina cinematic universe, there was also some criticism. Some users mocked the fact that she's in everything, while others claimed that her presence was the one aspect of the film they didn't care for. Too much of a good thing? To some extent, the criticism that Awkwafina appears in everything, or that other Asian women could be playing those roles, is justified. Hollywood has a tendency to get tunnel vision with their casting, and there's often a backlash when, for instance, Chris Pratt seems to be getting every male lead in an action movie. The fact that there are only so many roles for Asian women in American cinema, and the fact that so many of them seem to be going to Awkwafina, could be a big part of what has turned people off her. Even those who liked her at first are growing tired of her, and those who have always had reservations about her are becoming increasingly irritated by her repeated appearances, and becoming increasingly vocal about it. While anyone who has had Awkwafina's marketing invade their subway commute should be familiar with the problem of too much Awkwafina, it is far from the only issue. While it appears that those who disagree with her have become the loudest voices, their annoyances are not unfounded. Because, just as it's too late for her to change her professional name to Nora Lum, she can't seem to shake the baggage of her early career. She first rose to prominence as the Asian girl who spoke in Blaccent. Cultural appropriation. The most serious charge leveled against Awkwafina's casting is that she is guilty of egregious cultural appropriation. According to this viewpoint, she built her music career and early roles in Crazy Rich Asians and Ocean's 8 on an affected pastiche of African-American vernacular English and a matching persona, only to abandon it when she no longer needed it to land major roles. From this vantage point, she was dressing up as a caricature of blackness to appeal to a predominantly white audience, until it was no longer useful to her. She then threw it away like a white frat kid, removing an afro wig from a Pimps and Hoes Halloween party. Nora from Queens. Awkwafina's upbringing in Queens, the most diverse county in the continental US, has been suggested as a possible source of her use of AAVE. However, the fact that she seems to drop it entirely in interviews, and that the neighborhood where she grew up, Forest Hills, is overwhelmingly white and Asian, suggests that this isn't a sufficient explanation. What about senior year? Lum has said that she first developed the Awkwafina character when she was 16 and enrolled at Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School, where Asian, Black and Hispanic students made up roughly equal portions of the student population in the year she attended. If Lum had been spending time with black friends, she might have started using AAVE as a genuine form of acculturation, or to amuse them with the novelty of hearing an awkward Asian girl speak in a black accent. Alternatively, she could have created Awkwafina to amuse white, Asian or Hispanic friends with a racist, mocking intent. However, what Lum intended with the performance when she was 16 is irrelevant. The truth is that her career was launched by a problematic hook. She could have used her talents more legitimately if she had been more thoughtful about it, just like all the other Asian Americans who have turned successful music careers into Hollywood A-list status. Now that her career has taken off, and she's getting work that has nothing to do with her hip-hop persona, Awkwafina should admit that there are some legitimate criticisms of how she got here. Her detractors, on the other hand, should be willing to acknowledge what she accomplished by forging a new kind of celebrity for an Asian American woman, and how this is ultimately a blow to white supremacy. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.